I just wanted to go over quickly the NASA Planetary fact sheet. This is an amazing chart with tons of information about all of the planets. If you look at the top, all of the planets are hyperlinks. So if I would, for instance, click on Mars, I would get some specific information just about Mars. On the left-hand side, tons of information about the planets. Right now, this is set for ratio to Earth values. You might find this helpful for things such as distance from the sun. So if we look at distance from the sun, you can see that the Earth's value is 1. That would be 1 astronomical unit. And then all of these other ones would be in astronomical units. So there's Jupiter at 5.2, there's Saturn at about 9.6, and so forth. So if you ever need to do something in terms of comparison, this is a good one. Mass is a great one too. No one wants to know exactly how heavy Earth is, but it sure is nice to know that Jupiter, for instance, is about 318 times the mass of Earth, or Saturn is 95 times the mass of Earth. If we scroll to the bottom here, we can change these to simply metric units. So if you do want to know what the mass of the Earth is in kilograms, that would give it to you. You might want to know the distance in kilometers. Some of these won't change, like rotational period or length of day, which would be in hours. But for instance, mean temperature will be in degrees Celsius. I can also change this down at the bottom to US units. So if I want to know the temperature in Fahrenheit, if I want to know distances, say in miles, some of these are not going to be very helpful. Gravity in feet per second squared, we rarely use that anymore, or density in pounds per cubic foot. Or if you want to know the mass in tons, that would be good. Or maybe the diameter in miles would be helpful. There's also, if you click on any of these, so for instance, I'm going to click on mass, that's a hyperlink. That will take me to some notes about what each of these particular headings represent. So if you want a definition of the mass, or you want a definition of obliquity to orbit, or orbital eccentricity, it's all right here. So this is a really good chart to use, and you're going to need to at least be able to mess around with this a little bit to gather some information for some following activities.